Hey everybody, thanks so much for tuning into video number 4 and the final part of this video guitar course for beginners. And I just want to say, if you've gone through all the videos and you worked on everything, I want to say congratulations for all your hard work. And I hope at this point that you feel more comfortable and also more confident on the guitar than when you first started. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take everything that we learned and we're going to learn one of the most famous songs in pop music history. Okay, so we'll get to that in a moment. But for today, what I want to do is first review what we have learned so far, just to go through them all one by one. So first, we learned the layout of the guitar. Okay, we learned all the strings and the names of the strings. We learned the fret numbers. Okay, we learned how to number all of these. The other thing we learned how to do is we learned how to play single notes, which was the exercise. So you should be comfortable with all 6 strings. And we also learned how to do down-up picking. We applied that to playing some famous riffs. And we also learned the other thing we learned was we learned 4 chords. We learned a C chord, we learned G, we learned A minor, and we learned F. Okay. Now, if any of that is not clear yet, or you're not remembering some of that stuff, please go back and review some of the older videos before you move forward. But if all that is clear, what we're going to do today is we're going to learn Let It Be by the Beatles. Okay. Now, I love teaching this song as one of the first songs to students because it's not too fast and also it incorporates chords with single notes, single note melodies. Okay. So it's a great hybrid of these different techniques that we've learned. Now, all of you know the song, but some of you might be wondering, that's a piano song. Why are we learning that song? Now, it's true, it's piano, but you can play the same chords on different instruments. So that song uses the 4 chords that we've learned. And really, there's a lot of songs that use those 4 chords. But Let It Be is a great song because it's famous, it's not too fast, and again, like I said, it incorporates different techniques that we've learned. So you can still play with the song, even though it's a piano playing those chords. It's all still the same chords. Okay, so with that in mind, let's jump in. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the order of the chords. Now, we've already said that you know all the chords for the song, but what we have to do is know the order. So here's the order. First chord is going to be a C chord. Don't forget, you strum from the D string. Next is a G chord. Strum from the D string. A minor, which you strum from the A string. And then finally F from the D string. Okay. And as usual, make sure every chord is clear, that there's no muted notes. So the song is approximately at 70 beats per minute. It might go a little bit faster, but 70 is a good place to start. And the song, how it's done on the song is you play each chord every 2 beats. Okay, so let me show that to you. So here's the metronome at 70. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, for some of you, that might be a little too fast, which is fine. So what you can do first is you can do that same speed, but do every 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then what you'll do is, to get your speed up, you bump that speed up every 4 beats. You bump it up by 5 beats and then maybe another 5. So let's say you go up to 80 and then I'm going to play every 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And so on and so forth. Let's say you go up to 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. And then if you get that speed all the way up to 140, which is this, one, two, three, four, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you make it all the way up to there, then now you can cut it in half down to 70, and now you can do it every 2 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So I hope that makes sense. If you can't do it every 2 beats, you start at 4 beats and then you bump up the speed till it's the same at every 2 beats at 70. So it's just cutting in half like you would with math. So the next part of the song, you're going to play C, then you're going to play G, and then you're going to play this little melody. So what I did there is I played the 1st fret on the high E string, and then I played open on the high E string, and then I switched to the B string, and I played the 3rd fret, and then I ended with the 1st fret on the B string. So everything's on the high E and the B string. So I went, so 4 notes, okay? Again, 1st fret on the high E string, open, high E, 3rd fret on the B, and 1st fret on the B. And the rhythm is 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so the first one holds a whole beat, 1, and then you have 2 faster notes, which are called 8th notes, and then finally you end on that for 2 beats. So 1, 2, and 3. And the picking, what you're going to do is, if you were watching, you should be going down, down, up, down. So again, the tricky thing with that is you have to do a down, up on 2 different strings. You have to go down on the high E string and then an up on the B string. That's the hardest part. And then you can put it all together. So if you put it together, you have this. You have C, G, and then the melody. So once you have that down, then you can put the whole first line of chords and then into that line. So the first time it goes like this: C, G, A minor, F, and then the second time you go C, G, and then the melody. Okay, so let's try that with the metronome now. So if you can play it with the metronome, this would be what it sounds like at 70. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Again, if you can't do it at that speed, do what we did before. We make it every 4 beats. Okay, so that's the verse. That's the intro and the verse. Now let's go quickly over to the chorus, which is the same chords but different order. This time you're going to start with an A minor, then a G, then a C, an F, and then a C. And then you play the next line, a C again, then a G, and then the melody. Okay, so it's the same as the first part. Okay, so again, it's A minor. Let me play it with the metronome. 2, 3, 4. So that's all you need to get started with playing Let It Be by the Beatles. Now, the next thing I would recommend you doing is play the song wherever you play or stream music and see if you can just listen for those chords and the melody. Just see if you can listen for those chords changing every 2 beats. Now, on the original version, you'll hear as they play it on the piano, they add some extra rhythms. But don't let that distract you. It's still changing chords every 2 beats. So then work on your own playing on the guitar. Work on your chords. See if you can get it up to the speed of the song, and then play with the song. Play the chords and the melody with the song. Now, there's more things that we could have done with this song. For example, we could have learned a strumming pattern like this. Okay, that could have been a next step kind of thing that we could have done. But the purpose of this course was just for you to get comfortable and confident on the guitar to be able to play with the song. And now you're able to. And if you weren't able to before, now you're able to play with a Beatles song. And that's pretty cool. So this is definitely not the end of the road for you on the guitar. I definitely recommend finding a good guitar teacher in your area. Also find resources like books and websites online. Find stuff that you can learn on the side on your own too. And I would definitely recommend continue to learn chords, because the more chords you learn, that opens up more songs that you can play. And that's really how I got started with the guitar when I was beginning, is that I learned a few chords and then I was able to find songs that I liked using those chords. And that just motivated me to keep learning more chords to be able to play more songs. So definitely keep working on more chords. Well, thank you so much for watching this guitar course. I hope it's been helpful, and I hope that's moved your playing forward. Please feel free to reach out to me with any questions, but also reach out to me if you'd be interested in starting guitar lessons. I'm available for in-person lessons as well as online lessons. Thanks again for watching. Hope to see you soon.